Mohit, before I start and before I have a couple of questions for you, but before I get there, can you tell the people here a little about yourself, who you are, what you do, probably maybe even how you got into it?
Okay. To start with, thank you, Stedwick, for inviting me for the Insta Live with your favorite um, this thing, Engage HR India, and I've been watching your Facebook Live. So for the audience, hi, my name is Mohiet Hastwala, and I'm a financial consultant. I've been in this industry for about 10 years, and prior to that, I have about 15 plus years of experience in various domains in retail, in exports, in hospitality, in IT, and from last 10 years, I've been in Goa, settled along with my family. And yeah, I'm happy to be part of BNI, where, as Chadwick said, we met there, and now we are engaging in multiple uh, business activities. And yeah, that's what.
Perfect. Thanks, Mohit. All right, so let's just get into it. Mohit, our topic for today is young money. For everyone here, what we're really saying by young money is we're talking about money and the youth of today. Since Mohit is in finance, nobody better than him to tell us. My first question, Mohit, what is your take on money, finance, and today's youth? Do you think they're informed enough? Do you think they're even thinking about money and finance? What's going on in that field?
Uh, I think there are two set of people here who are either aware or they have knowledge. So thanks to the internet, thanks to the post-COVID era, where a lot of information is being shared on various social media channels, and through that, a lot of young youth has got engaged into knowing this part of the finance world a little more better. But there is a huge still a huge gap where our young kids, school going, college going kids are still not very much familiar with uh, this terminologies, how it works, how money works, how investment works, and so I take this into two different segments where I believe 5% of them they are aware of it. Some of them are engaged in some kind of activity where they invest their small part of money through multiple applications these days. Mobile applications are very easy to use, and some of them are AI based, where they help them guide them where to invest, how much to invest, when to redeem, when to change any kind of strategy they want to. Uh, Probably 5% of them are doing that, but rest are some of them they are aware of it, but they are scared how to do it, whether we should do it or not, whether if we invest we'll lose our money, and some of them are still trying to understand what it is about. They are not aware of this side of the world, where one side people are making money and the other side people are even not aware of, even after there's a boom in the technology world or fintech world. A lot of information is being passed on YouTube, Instagram. There is a lot of video sharing is there. A lot of influencers are there who are trying to educate more and more people. A lot of courses are there, online courses are there where people can learn, but still, India is still has a long gap, big gap in educating. So
Right.
people like us who are in this field are kind of trying to engage, educate people.
Right, 5% is a very low amount. That's 95% of the young youth market you're saying is not even aware that there is possibility of them from their mobiles investing. So that I guess is a lot of work for you guys in finance, Mohit, to do. Um, for the people who are here, through BNI, we're doing a lot of efforts in educating youth from all different angles, from not only entrepreneurship, but we even give, a lot of people giving talks on different kinds of things. And one of them is finance. I know Mohit himself has gone to a couple of colleges, spoken to the young youth about how they can invest, where to invest. But at least 5% of them are thinking. So that's a good start. Um, More the question that's always going on in my mind, though, right? When we say invest, there's obviously a source of earning, but we're talking about college students here who are not probably earning yet. Where does the money come from? Where do these guys even get the money to invest?
I think to start with, you don't need a big amount of money. Um, uh, every student, I don't find any student who is going to college, either government college or private college. That means there is still their parents are working somewhere and they are spending some kind of money on their education. They have either planned, or even uh, if I would say the poorest of the poorest, they would still try to manage some kind of money for their children's education, and they give some small amount of pocket money and to for their traveling, for their food, all that. And I have seen some students who save out of that money, even if there is say 2 to 3 thousand rupees a month for their expense. They would try to save 500 rupees out of that, and that's a good amount of money to start with. I was just checking before start of this Insta Live. If somebody has invested 1,000 rupees for next 20 years, they will be saving, investing say, in mutual fund. If I say SIP, systematic investment plan for 20 years, 1,000 rupees for 20 years, you will be investing 2,40,000 rupees, and an average rate of return, if it is say 13%, 12 or 13%, I think approximately 8 to 10 lakh rupees is something what in 20 years they can get after the compounding of the money. So the important part for even any student, if they want to invest, is not the amount. It's about the duration and the consistency, the period in which they have to invest. So that's what the compounding helps in growing that money. So
That's
it's not a very huge amount where people are thinking, oh, you have to invest 5,000, 10,000 rupees a month, or 1 lakh rupees a month. So you can start with small.
That's very interesting piece of information. And for all the students who've joined, for all the youngsters who've already joined, and for those people who've joined, and youngsters, this is information that you can pass it on. Because what Mohit just said is 500 rupees is the minimum that you can invest. But he just gave us a calculation of 1,000 rupees a month for 20 years. You would have invested 2 lakhs 40. Is that what you said, Mohit, more or less? But that actually is becoming
Mm,
8 to 10 lakhs
more.
at the end of 10 years. So 20 years, sorry. Now, that is a huge growth in your money, which basically thinks that if you're putting 1,000 rupees aside every month, by the time you finish 20 years, which means you're just about finishing maybe, I know, graduation, or maybe somewhere down in your life where you've got 10, from 2 lakh 40, it's become 10 lakhs. That's a lot of growth in just 1,000 rupees a month. So, kids, for you to know, this is an important point. 1,000 rupees a month, or even 500 rupees a month is all you need to invest. This is good information. Thank you, Mohit. Because I know a lot of kids think that way, that investments is for people who are earning money. You need to put a lot of money. I don't know what mutual funds is. That brings me to my next question, Mohit. So, if it's 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees and these amounts are small, what are the best investment options for these young guys? Where do you think they should put that money?
So, if any of the students who is not much aware about where to invest, the best option is to start with probably a recurring deposit from a bank, from their closest bank, wherever their banking is there, and where about 6 to 8% of interest, yearly interest they will get. If they are a little bit aware about mutual funds, they can invest in mutual funds. Same way, about 10 to 15 percent of rate of interest they will be earning out of it. If they don't want to actively participate in stocks, though it is linked with stocks, but it is still an option where a small amount of money in a longer period of time you will be investing. If somebody is aware about the stock market, they should invest, not trade. Uh, that's an asterisk in that. You should look to invest for long term, even if you are doing it in stocks. Many people are investing in various apps, and they always look either they are doing it in bitcoins or the cryptocurrency market, or they try to trade on daily trading or a 2 day, 3 day, weekly trading. But I would not suggest for somebody who has just started or who has a very small amount of money to invest in stock market trading. They can still buy some kind of stock and invest it and leave it for say 5 years, 10 years. It'll give them better returns in long term. Then yes, obviously you need to do your study, what kind of company is there, or what is their profile, how long they are in business, and so you have to do all these studies. So any which ways, these are the safest option is the recurring deposit, a medium option for medium risk, or a little higher risk could be there are different kind of mutual funds which they can select, and the highest of the risk is in stock market. But still, I would suggest take a suggestion, take a consultancy from somebody who knows in and around you, and obviously a consultant is a better option. And sometimes consultant, especially for students, they don't charge any kind of consultancy fee, so they can be better like informed about what they want to do, and so they don't have to worry about that they will have to pay a higher amount of charges for consultancy. You can check people around you, maybe in your relation, somebody who is into financial consultancy. You can casually talk and study about what they do and where they can suggest to invest.
Good. That's good advice. So you're saying that the safest bet is a recurring deposit, and by recurring you mean every month the same amount of money is going in, and the highest of the risks is stocks. And you're saying don't trade if you don't know. At the start of this conversation, you also said that apps now have AI and stuff like that, who's constantly giving you updates. So, is that the way that they study? You kept saying that you need to study the market. Is that a good way of studying? Read the apps, follow what they're saying. Is that the way you suggest them to do it?
Yes and no. Yes, I am for technology always. So I would suggest when we have that liberty of using some kind of act. So I'll give you my suggestion. For about 6 to 8 years, I had created a portfolio on moneycontrol.com initially when I started investing in mutual funds. So I prepared my own portfolio where I used to select stocks where I felt that, all right, what should be, I should invest in those. Or from somewhere, I got an input that these are the stocks you should invest in. So I used to buy one or two or 10 stocks maximum. And I used to keep that in portfolio and study that what is happening in that portfolio. So after some time, then I started investing small amount of money, seeing replicating the portfolio. I have I have gained and I have lost money in that. That's part and parcel of the game. But that's what I did. Earlier, there was no AI. It was directly linked through on their website. So I created that. Now these days, there are a lot of applications where they help in identifying. They help you in telling that, all right, at this point you can sell, at this point you should buy, this is a good price, all those kind of things. So yes, technology is something you should always look for, but don't depend 100% on technology. You should do your study, you should do your calculations, maybe on Excel. You can prepare an Excel writes maybe over the period of 2, 3 months. You should study every day where that stock is going, what is happening. You should study about the news of that particular company, what is happening, whether it is favorable in coming months or coming years, what kind of new business they are coming, how is their market share, all those kind of, there are multiple parameters. So that study is very important, and study is not dependent only on books, only or apps. It is mix of everything. So yeah, that is what is important.
That's sound advice. Yes, you depend on technology, you get information from technology, but don't simply only depend on it. I think that's sound advice. Mohit also said, look out for people in your spheres, people who are in finance, people who've been around for a while. Fall back on them, take their advice because it's money that you're investing. You don't want to go blindly in. Like Mohit also said, though, that it's a part and parcel of the game. You win some, you lose some. Some trades are going to make you money and some are going to take. But you need to be careful. And as students, your money is small, so you need to obviously be double careful because you're probably sacrificing a movie or I don't know, some a burger or something like that, and putting the money there. So you want to be double careful about what you're doing. Mohit, that's of course sound advice. You said again, I'm going to come back to the same question. You said study. Where do these guys get this information from? Are there websites, YouTube? Where do you suggest they go to start that study? Where's a good place to start?
So if they want to invest in stocks, I think best study is directly go to the National Stock Exchange. They can uh, select their stocks there. They can create some kind of portfolio. Everything is happening there. There are some short courses available from stock market. uh, even though you don't want to be an advisor, you can still go and give those kind of like study those courses. A lot of YouTube channels are there who are educating, paid, free, both kind of. So if you can afford to do a paid course, you should do it. If there are some free courses, I think you should do it, but don't depend 100% on that. Uh, Gain some kind of knowledge, use some practical things, then try and find out a consultant. So there should be 3, 4 different levels of study. One is this basic, where wherever somebody is giving you a free advice or a free course, that is not 100% to be dependent on. You should grab some information, make your notes, what you have learned out of it, then go to the next level, try and find out somebody else who is giving. So there can be different kind of strategies behind it. A lot of courses are there. You can attend those courses, give exams. Some are paid exams. Like we do our examinations for our own certifications. Those examinations also help in making gaining some kind of additional knowledge about it. And yes, a lot of websites are there which are available. A lot of companies, different companies, stockbroking companies, they have their own apps. You can enroll a DMAT, open a DMAT account with them, and they give a application. On that application, you can do a lot of studies. So there are multiple options available these days. So
Right. Good. Good. So that again, good advice, guys. So what Mohit's telling you is that it's a combination of different things, not just one, not just YouTube. He also said you can go on a national stock exchange, create some kind of a portfolio for yourself, put in some money, start your stock trading, learn the ups and downs, speak to people, download apps, learn from the apps. So he's saying do a combination of many things, not just one. And he said it more than one time. He said study, study, study. He also said Excel, which means he wants you to keep a tab about what's happening in the market and where your money is going. I think, again, it was wonderful advice. You guys should take that. Thanks, Mohit. Thanks a lot for all of that. Mohit, I'm going to take a little twist in my question from only talking about money, where they're getting it from, where they're putting it. I know one of the questions a lot of the kids, a lot of the youth have about finance is what are the different career options that we have if we choose that we want to get into finance. Finance doesn't give a kick for everyone, but for the ones it does create a kick, those guys are really focused. So for them and for others, what are the career options? Where do they start? How do they head there? If you can throw some light on that.
there can be multiple options. There are multiple options. So if somebody wants to do a casual study, um, like casually, they can study from anywhere. But if you want to take this as a profession, then uh, don't don't do it. My suggestion would be don't do it part time. If you really think that you are very passionate, then only enter in this field, because this is a very demanding and high earning, but lot of demanding situations are there. The trust level what you build on a client is really a slow process. It is not easy to be part of in any side of this side of business. But there are multiple options, and very high paying jobs are available. Somebody from a banking background has their own system where starting from a sales guy in bank, then maybe move towards some kind of, say, investment banking, portfolio management, and then slowly and gradually people reach towards stock market. Some of them, there are courses, online, offline, short-term, academic, full academic courses by uh, in conjunction with National Stock Exchange. There's a, mutual fund association called NP. NISM is the head body where they conduct a lot of examinations. People who wants to be part of mutual fund industry, uh, as a consultant, uh, as a advisor, as a registrar. So there are a lot of career options available in this field, from a stockbroker to advisor to highest level of data analyst, stock analyst. A lot of things are there. So there are a lot of courses are available, and but it takes time. It takes a lot of time for somebody to reach up to a level and start earning money. But more than knowledge, I prefer somebody who is really passionate about to understand how the money works, how this whole economy runs in this system, and through that, how you can help somebody in growing the money. The ultimate goal is as a consultant, our goal is to help people grow their money. Sometimes it happens that our decisions are goes wrong. It's okay. Sometimes that happens. That can happen with anyone. Any of the top guys also can make some kind of decision. But you have to be responsible enough to take that decision in stride and make some corrections accordingly, so that your client doesn't lose money. At least a big amount of money. You have to make sure you have a strategy B to help them out in mitigating that kind of loss. So yeah, lot of fantastic careers are available in this field, and there is a lot of demand in this industry where people need a lot of sales, a lot of selling is there, but there are hardly any people who are uh, trying to get into. They are scared. Many of the students I've interacted, they are scared of the sales part of this. They want something to sit on and do offline kind of a job. But one thing I really believe in this whole industry, sales is the core of any business. Without sale, from from a say a cobbler to the Prime Minister of India, everybody is trying to sell something or the other. They are trying to market their product. So if say a cobbler is there, he's making shoes, he's trying to sell his shoes by keeping it very polished, some kind of different kind of shoes. Somebody who is making cars, he's trying to build the strongest car or the fastest car, or somebody who is in government department. They are interacting with a lot of investors, international investors, other countries, trying to bring in a lot of money in the country so that our country can grow. So there is every field. There is no business which can survive without sales. Sales is the most important part in any industry, and uh, it is the prime objective in our industry, finance industry. Sales is that important. If you are not selling the product or a service which is available for a client, how will the industry will survive? So,
Get that. Good.
especially from from this platform, I really want to put this in the head of all the youth. Don't be scared of sales. Sales is the basic need. When we give an interview, that's also a selling. So you have to sell every time you are outside in front of somebody. That's selling. So don't be scared of selling that. Why? No, I don't want to sell. Even if you're sitting in front of a computer and doing some job, your job is doing some kind of work, and that's a back end job. Somebody else is selling for on your behalf to get your payments be on time. So I think everyone should keep that in mind.
Super true. Super true. I mean, I don't think I can agree any less, or I'd say 100% agree with what Mohit just said, that there is nothing more important than being able to, wanting to sell. And Mohit, you're completely right. Engage HR is an HR consultancy, and we are recruiting people for across India. And one of the highest amount of jobs that are open today are in sales and business development. And sad, but the lowest ranking given to people wanting to get into career is sales. For all those who want to get into finance, Mohit has just said there is no finance without selling. Like most businesses, There is no growth without selling. You have to be able, or you have to want to sell to grow. I agree, Mohit. Thank you very much for all of that. I'm going to sum it up very quickly. So, Mohit obviously started by saying that only 5% of people, 5% of the youth are engaged with finance, are engaged with saving money, because the rest are uninformed or are scared. He said, go out, speak to people, download apps, learn from websites. That's super important. Something as less as 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees, saved for 20 years, 2 lakh 40 invested can make you 10 lakhs by the end of the 20 years that you. That's a huge growth. So don't fear about putting money. He also said that you start small. You can start with something as simple as a recurring deposit, go up to as something complex that needs a lot of study, like stock trading. Best investments, those are the best investments for the young youth. And then he summed it up by saying there are lots of careers. The National Stock Exchange have courses, you have free courses, paid courses. But he said, and I'm with him 100%, but he said, don't do it part time. If you want to get into finance, get it full time. If it gives you a kick, go for it full on. Study as much as you can about the stock and then invest your money. And it takes time to build trust. It takes time to build trust in a relationship. It takes time to build trust between student and teacher, between boss and employee. And just like he said, it takes time to build trust where people give you their money so that you can invest. I think that's the strongest point Mohit has made. Mohit, I hope I've summed that well. But thank you for your time. Thank you so much for giving us all this information. I'm sure for everybody who's joined, and by the way that I'm looking at, we have a couple of our friends who've joined, but we also have some students here. So, guys, take this information, take it to your college, take it to your friend. Mohit's available on Instagram, of course. You can see he spells his name a little differently, Mohiet. Mohit Hastwala, he's available there. Mohit, what's your company called?
My company name is FinSol Investment Options by Mohit Hastwala. I also have a company page. I can share it on the comment box.
Yes, please. Great. So that's Finn Sol. Mohit, I know, is based somewhere in Porvorim, but he's available for consultation. You can reach out to him here on Instagram, and he'll respond if you want advice. He also said there are lots of advisors who don't charge college students for advice. In fact, they can take them on. If you're looking to start your career, he can point you in the direction. Like I said, Mohit's super active with college students through BNI, even out of BNI. We're all involved with reaching out to youth and telling them that, hey, listen, there are opportunities everywhere. We didn't get this in our time, so it's our way of giving it back. Mohit, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for all your advice. Appreciate it. Engage HR appreciates it, and I'm sure everybody who's been listening to you appreciate it, because it's been very sound advice. Thank you, Mohit. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tedwick, for giving this opportunity, and through that, I hope I will be reaching to a lot of youth who want to invest but they are scared. I would still suggest, don't be scared. You will not lose money in long term. You should bank on India. Uh, we have seen, like, stock exchange started almost uh, in my year, the age of my age, 40 years, 45 years back, and it has grown. It has always grown. There has been time, but don't see stock market on daily basis. It's like it's like sometimes people ask me that, Arey, how is stock market doing? I don't see stock market that closely every day. It is like moving every step and checking whether that step is right or wrong. No, that's not the way. I would suggest, see it in long term, see it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and the growth for our country is really high, and we will be doing much better from where we are. And that's what my suggestion is. Don't be scared in short term. Don't see short term. Always with money, you have to see long term.
Sound advice again. Long term, be in for the long term and don't be afraid, is what Mohit Haswala from FinSol says. Guys, stay tuned. Engage HR is a lot more such engaging talks that we will have every Sunday at 8 p.m. here on Insta Live. Join us. I'm sure you'll take something every Sunday. Mohit, once again, thank you very much. Hopefully, some people reach out to you through this, and I'm sure you're going to help them like you've been here today. Very helpful. Thank you very much. Guys, have a wonderful evening every Sunday, 8 p.m. Stay tuned. Till then, thank you, Mohit, and thank you, everyone, for joining. See you guys.